I think you may have just perjured yourself that you don't know that there were any. Isn't that a wonderful coincidence? On a misdemeanor.
Attorney General Merrick Garland testified at a bombshell hearing today held by the Republican-controlled House Judiciary Committee chaired by Congressman Jim Jordan. Throughout the day, the Attorney General faced questions on whether the DOJ gave preferential treatment to Hunter Biden, if he held up David Weiss from pressing charges against Biden, and sparred with Thomas Massie over a debunked January 6th Ray Epps conspiracy theory. Garland opened by saying, "I'm not the president's lawyer. I will also add that I'm not Congress's prosecutor. The Justice Department works for the American people. Our job is to follow the facts and law wherever they lead, and that is what we do." There are several investigations that Garland faced questions on, including probes into Trump's alleged mishandling of classified documents, as well as Trump's alleged involvement to overturn the 2020 election, and Hunter Biden, who faces gun-related felony charges and potential tax crime-related charges. The Attorney General is not directly involved in the investigations, but has appointed Special Counsel Jack Smith to helm investigations into Trump. Garland has named David Weiss, a Trump-appointed U.S. attorney, to oversee the probe into Hunter Biden. These probes have led to Trump being indicted on 44 felony counts, 3 charges for Hunter Biden, and no charges for President Biden so far. Attorney General Merrick Garland is fighting back against Trump and others who have criticized his department's handling of investigations into Trump, Hunter Biden, and President Joe Biden. Here are the top key moments of today's hearing. Representative Jerry Nadler lashed out at Jordan's and the GOP's hyper-focus on Hunter Biden. Nadler said, "Extreme MAGA Republicans have poisoned our vital oversight work. They've ignored our legitimate oversight responsibilities and used their power to stage one political stunt after another. They've wasted countless taxpayer dollars on baseless investigations into President Biden and his family, desperate to find evidence for an absurd impeachment and desperate to distract from the mounting legal peril facing Donald Trump." Meanwhile, there was a heated line of questioning by Representative Mike Johnson to Garland, who said it was clear to see President Biden's son was given a favor by the DOJ, to which Garland refuted.
Under oath today, your testimony is you have not had any discussions with Mr. Weiss about this matter?
Under oath, my testimony today is that I promised the Senate I would not intrude in his investigation. I do not intend to discuss internal Justice Department deliberations, whether or not I had them.
For sake of time, sir, are you aware that FBI officials have come before this committee and they have stated that there was a cumbersome bureaucratic process that Mr. Weiss had to go through to bring charges in another judicial district? You know that?
I'm not aware, but that's not true. There's nothing cumbersome about the process.
So those whistleblowers are lying to us under oath? Those whistleblowers are lying?
I didn't say that. Their description of the process, cumbersome, is an opinion. It's not a fact question.
In yet another tense back and forth, this time with Jordan and Garland, the committee chairman accused the Attorney General of inconsistencies between himself and whistleblowers in the Biden probe. Jordan claimed the DOJ would not allow David Weiss to bring in action in the District of Columbia, and that the U.S. attorney there said, "No, you can't." And then you go tell the United States Senate under oath that he has complete authority. Garland replied,
"No one had the authority to turn him down. They could refuse to partner with him."
As the hearing went on, Representative Thomas Massie accused Garland of perjury after he brought up a debunked Ray Epps January 6th conspiracy claim. Epps, the Trump supporter who was captured on video at the Capitol riots, was charged Tuesday with 1 misdemeanor count of disorderly or disruptive conduct in a restricted building or grounds. Massie played a video of Garland from 2 years ago where he would not comment on the investigation into the events of January 6th.
Now, in that video, that was your answer to a question to me 2 years ago. When I said how many agents or assets of the government were present on January 5th and January 6th and agitating in the crowd to go into the Capitol, and how many went into the Capitol. Can you answer that now?
I don't know the answer to either of those questions. If there were any, I don't know how many. I don't know whether there are any.
I think you may have just perjured yourself that you don't know that there were any. You want to say that again, that you don't know that there were any?
I have no personal knowledge of this matter. I think what I said the last time.
You've had 2 years to find out. And the day, by the way, that was in reference to Ray Epps, and yesterday you indicted him. Isn't that a wonderful coincidence? On a misdemeanor. Meanwhile, you're sending grandmas to prison. You're putting people away for 20 years for merely filming. Some people weren't even there yet. You got the guy on video. He's saying go into the Capitol. He's directing people to the Capitol before the speech ends. He's at the site of the first breach. You've got all the goods on him, 10 videos, and it's an indictment for a misdemeanor? The American public isn't buying it.
For more on today's top trending stories and in-depth analysis, go to Mediaite.com.